Tyrannosaurus Rex. You probably know this dinosaur from every movie ever, but the real T-Rex was far more terrifying than Hollywood shows. Tyrannosaurus Rex lived 66 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period in what's now North America, reaching over 12 meters in length and weighing up to 9 tons. With 60 serrated teeth, each the size of a banana, T-Rex could crush bone with a bite force of over 6 tons, more powerful than any land animal today. Those tiny arms. They could still bench press over 180 kilograms each. Despite being portrayed as a non-stop hunter, T-Rex likely scavenged just as much as it hunted. Its incredible sense of smell could detect rotting flesh from kilometers away. Giganotosaurus. Before the world knew T-Rex, there was an even bigger predator ruling South America, Giganotosaurus. Living 97 million years ago in what's now Argentina, Giganotosaurus stretched up to 13 meters long and weighed around 8 tons, making it slightly larger than T-Rex. While its bite wasn't as powerful as T-Rex, Giganotosaurus made up for it with razor-sharp teeth designed to slice through flesh like steak knives. Scientists believe it hunted in packs, taking down massive sauropods by working together. Imagine a coordinated attack by house-sized predators. Giganotosaurus had a brain smaller than a human's, despite its massive size, proving you don't need to be smart to be at the top of the food chain. Stegosaurus. With its iconic backplates and spiked tail, Stegosaurus looked like a walking medieval fortress. Stegosaurus roamed North America 150 million years ago during the late Jurassic, reaching up to 9 meters in length and weighing around 5 tons. Those massive plates along its back weren't just for show. They likely helped regulate body temperature and could flush with blood to intimidate rivals. But its real weapon was its tail, armed with 4 massive spikes called a thagomizer that could pierce through predators with devastating force. Stegosaurus had a brain the size of a lime, smaller than a dog's brain, yet it survived for millions of years, proving that sometimes armor beats brains. Triceratops. With its 3 horns and massive shield, Triceratops looked like nature's living tank. Living 68 million years ago in North America during the late Cretaceous, Triceratops grew up to 9 meters long and weighed around 6 to 12 tons. That enormous frill wasn't just for protection, it was also used for display and combat with other Triceratops. Its 3 horns, some over a meter long, could gore predators like T-Rex. Imagine a 12-ton battering ram charging at 30 kilometers per hour. Nothing could stand in its way. Triceratops is one of the last dinosaurs to ever exist. Fossils show they were still around when the asteroid hit 66 million years ago, fighting for survival until the very end. Velociraptor. This dinosaur's claws made it famous, but almost everything you think you know about Velociraptor is wrong. Velociraptor lived 75 million years ago in what's now Mongolia, but it was only about 2 meters long and weighed just 15 kilograms, roughly the size of a large turkey. Each foot had a sickle-shaped claw, 6.5 centimeters long, that it would use to pin down prey while tearing into them with its teeth. Recent evidence suggests velociraptors hunted in coordinated packs, using intelligence and teamwork to take down much larger prey. Despite what Jurassic Park shows, Velociraptor was actually covered in feathers and looked more like a deadly ground bird than a scaly lizard, making it way less terrifying but far more accurate. Spinosaurus. Forget everything you know about land predators. Spinosaurus was the only land dinosaur built to hunt underwater. Living 95 million years ago in North Africa, Spinosaurus stretched up to 15 meters long, making it the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever discovered. That massive sail on its back could reach 1.6 meters tall, possibly used for display or temperature regulation. But the real adaptation? Spinosaurus had a crocodile-like snout, conical teeth perfect for catching fish, and dense bones that helped it dive underwater. It was basically a dinosaur submarine hunting giant prehistoric fish. For decades, scientists thought Spinosaurus walked on 2 legs like T-Rex, but recent discoveries revealed it likely spent most of its time on all 4s, wading through rivers like a giant, terrifying heron. Ankylosaurus. If dinosaurs had a tank division, Ankylosaurus would be the heavy artillery. Living 68 million years ago in North America, Ankylosaurus reached up to 6.5 meters long and weighed around 6 tons, roughly the size of a military vehicle. Its entire body was covered in thick, bony armor plates called osteoderms that even T-Rex couldn't bite through. But its ultimate weapon was its tail club, a massive bony hammer weighing up to 30 kilograms that could swing with enough force to shatter bone. One hit could cripple even the largest predators. Ankylosaurus was so heavily armored that even its eyelids had bone protection, making it virtually indestructible from head to tail. Pterodactylus. This wasn't a dinosaur, but it ruled the skies while dinosaurs ruled the land. Pterodactylus lived 150 million years ago in what's now Europe, with a wingspan of just 1 meter, about the size of a modern seagull. Unlike birds, Pterodactylus had wings made of a leathery membrane stretched between an elongated fourth finger and its body. Its jaws were lined with sharp, needle-like teeth, perfect for snatching fish from the water's surface. Scientists believe it could walk on all fours when grounded, using its wings like front legs. People often call every flying reptile a pterodactyl, but Pterodactylus was actually one of the smallest. Some of its relatives had wingspans wider than a fighter jet. Carnotaurus. Meet the bull-faced demon of the Cretaceous. Carnotaurus looked like a nightmare on 2 legs. Living 70 million years ago in South America, Carnotaurus reached 8 meters in length and weighed around 1.5 tons. Those 2 thick horns above its eyes made it look like a prehistoric bull, possibly used for head-butting rivals or display. But what made Carnotaurus truly unique was its speed. With long, powerful legs and a lightweight build, it could sprint up to 55 kilometers per hour, making it one of the fastest large predators ever. Its tiny arms were even smaller than T-Rex's, almost vestigial. Carnotaurus had incredibly thin, fragile teeth compared to other predators. Scientists think it relied more on its speed and powerful bite to wound prey, then waited for them to bleed out rather than crushing bone. Therizinosaurus. This dinosaur's claws were longer than your arm. Meet Therizinosaurus, one of the most bizarre predators that ever lived. Living 70 million years ago in what's now Mongolia, Therizinosaurus stood up to 5 meters tall and weighed around 5 tons. Its claws measured up to 1 meter long, the longest of any known animal. But here's the twist. Despite looking like a killer, Therizinosaurus was actually herbivorous, using those massive claws to pull down tree branches and strip leaves. With a pot-bellied body, long neck and feathers covering most of its body, it looked like a nightmare version of Big Bird. For decades, scientists only had fragments of Therizinosaurus and thought those giant claws belonged to a turtle. It took years to realize they'd discovered one of the strangest dinosaurs ever, Brontosaurus. Once erased from history entirely, Brontosaurus made one of the greatest comebacks in paleontology. Living 150 million years ago in North America during the late Jurassic, Brontosaurus stretched up to 22 meters long and weighed around 15 tons. With its incredibly long neck containing 15 vertebrae, Brontosaurus could reach vegetation other herbivores couldn't touch. Those massive pillar-like legs supported its enormous weight, while its whip-like tail could crack like a sonic boom, possibly used for communication or defense. It likely traveled in herds, with adults protecting the young. Scientists declared Brontosaurus didn't exist for over 100 years, claiming it was just an Apatosaurus, until 2015, when new research proved Brontosaurus was real all along, bringing back one of the most iconic dinosaurs from extinction, Parasaurus. This dinosaur had a built-in musical instrument on its head, and it could have been heard for kilometers. Living 76 million years ago in North America, Parasaurolophus reached up to 10 meters long and weighed around 2.5 tons. That bizarre curved crest extending from its skull could reach 1.8 meters long and contained hollow tubes connected to its nasal passages. When it breathed or called, the crest acted like a resonating chamber, producing deep, haunting sounds that could travel vast distances. Scientists think it used these calls to communicate with its herd or attract mates. Each Parasaurolophus had a uniquely shaped crest, meaning every individual had its own distinct voice, like a prehistoric fingerprint you could hear across the landscape.